A reminder, our main event for tonight will have our champion, the Crown of Glory champion, Kurt Stallion, taking on DJZ. That match coming up in your main event tonight. As you see, fan favorite Paco. One-on-one action coming your way up next here at Glory Pro.
I consider Paco a great Jovi guy. I gave him one of his first breaks. I believed in him since the beginning. And I've seen him go from the bottom rungs in the STL scene all the way up to big time like this in AAW and all over the United States. And I think you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of the talent of Paco as he continues to grow, continues to hold his craft. And he's looking for another big win here after chopping down Eddie Kingston, the last of a dying breed, the last time we were in this building.
Paco followed that up with a mixed tag victory at Unsanctioned, teaming up with Savannah Stone. So Paco's on quite a roll here in Glory Pro.
He's on a roll everywhere he goes. Paco, one of the best talents around. You'll never hear me say a bad thing about him. And I'm excited to see him try and rack up another W here tonight.
And how's this for his opponent this afternoon? Jake Something, making his return to Glory Pro Wrestling. This is the first time that we are seeing Jake Something since he lost that Crown of Glory Championship to Kurt Stallion back at Strike First.
It's good to see him back. Good to see him head back to the drawing board, and here it is. Paco's a guy that's on upward mobility. He needs this win against Paco to get back on track. Paco needs this win to stay on the track that he's on. So a couple of fan favorites, locking horns in the center of the ring. This is about rankings. This is about respect. And this is a clash of styles, a little bit like we saw in the last match. Clearly, Jake Something has the size advantage on Paco.
And you know, it's interesting because Jake Something actually called on Paco earlier this year to help him out, to help him kind of fend off Kurt Stallion, as we saw Stallion kind of rising and gaining that steam to eventually take the Crown of Glory Championship off of him. You saw Paco in that Survivor-style match back at Only the Strong Survive. He was on that Jake Something team that ended up getting beat, allowing Kurt Stallion that championship match.
Go back and watch the commentary. I heralded Paco as the MVP of that matchup. And he's going to try and show it here tonight why maybe he should have been the man. Maybe he should have been the captain. He should be the guy getting the title shots. That's what he believes. That's what a lot of people in that locker room believe. There's a lot of support behind Paco out here in that stands, in that locker room, and, of course, right in between the chest of Paco, right with that big heart of his, which I don't like to put that over a lot. I think that's cliche, but with Paco, it's true. You're not going to out-heart him. You're not going to out-determination him. A guy you can tell has been in a lot of shove fests and bars around SIUE. This guy knows how to scrap.
You mentioned the locker room, and you were back there before the things got started here. We said this is Jake Something's first time back in Glory Pro since he lost. So walking into that locker room, the guys are going to be looking at him. The guys are going to be, they're going to be whispering about Jake Something making that return to the company where he just lost the title 2 months ago.
Well, and it's just like you see out here. I mean, he's not going to sell it. There's no signs of it. He's not, sinking his head. He's not downtrodden, but he's desperate. He wants this win. He knows that he can't drop another one here. Big dive from Paco.
Into the first row. No barricades here at Glory Pro Wrestling. You buy that front row ticket, you're going to be part of the action.
Back to my point, though, is that you see the best talent from all around the world here. And you see guys like Tyler Colton trying to crack this thing. You see Kobe Durst trying to get his spot. There's guys gunning for a spot on this show constantly. Everybody wants to be where Jake Something is. And if you don't put up the W's, you ain't coming back. So Jake Something knows that. He knows he's got to run through his friend here tonight to keep his spot. And you know he's desperate. I saw it in his eyes back there. And he knocks Paco's block off.
And he's got to be campaigning, too. He wants that rematch. He wants that chance to face Kurt Stallion again and get that title back. And we've seen Kurt Stallion since then. We've seen him face Warhorse. We've seen him face Marco Stunt. And tonight, leading up to the main event, we're going to see him in the ring against DJZ. So 3 opponents now before Jake Something gets that title match. And we don't know when that rematch is going to take place.
Or if it's going to take place if he drops one to Paco here tonight. So You can't take anything for granted in this business. You can't assume that that's going to happen. Jake Something is a heck of a talent, but so are a lot of guys out there that don't make this roster. This is a destination promotion. This is the best of the best come here to showcase their talents. And if you don't get the W's, you do not fall into that best of the best.
You mentioned Paco getting that victory a month ago. Oh, big shot to the back. Jake Something's going to go up to the second rope and pose. But if you remember after the match when Paco upset Eddie Kingston, the fans chanted for Eddie Kingston, please come back, please come back. Eddie Kingston said he would if he could get a rematch against Paco, and it was just announced a couple days ago. We're going to see that rematch January 6th above the law right back here at the Collins Club. It's Glory Pro Wrestling's next event, January 6th. We're going to see Paco versus Eddie Kingston, Part 2.
I can't wait for that match. You know, you heard the passion in my voice when I talked about Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is a national treasure in and out of the ring. I can't wait to have him back. And Paco wants this win to go into that match with his head held high. You get 2 back-to-back victories here. I'm not even counting that next tag match. 3 back-to-back victories, but you knock off Eddie Kingston. Everybody says it's a fluke, but you come here tonight and you square up with a former champion. You knock him off. You go into that match with a little bit of swagger. You go in feeling yourself a little bit, and you can stand toe-to-toe with a guy like Eddie Kingston.
Much like the last match we saw, Jake Something using that size advantage on Paco.
But you also see Paco trying to play his game. He was striking low. He's doing a lot of quick maneuvers, trying to snake out of the way. He's not trying to sit there and battle and have a fist fight with Jake Something. That is maybe the experience edge that Paco holds over Kobe Durst. But it doesn't seem to be working out any better for him right now as he writhes in pain on the mat.
Something just reaching down, going to pick up Paco. Big forearm shot to the jaw. And a cover.
This crowd loves Paco. I know Jake Something came in here as a hero, as a fan favorite, but fans not really into seeing Paco get destroyed. It's interesting to see whether or not they turn on Something here and whether or not he cares.
We've seen Paco in the middle of so much, so many big stories here in 2018, and he's always been the little guy. He's always been the underdog, but he comes out on top in most of these situations. The fans absolutely love Paco, and yeah, if you're going to ask them to choose, they're absolutely going to go Paco's way.
When you saw him scrapping there, that's what you love. That's what I love as an eye for talent. That's what these fans love, as somebody that they respect. That's what the guys in the locker room see. They see this little scrappy guy go out there with the big guys and find a way to win. Big kick to the head there as he tries to do it. These guys sitting there talking smack to each other, trying to get their bearings about. Something can barely stand. Tries to knock him off his vertical base. Again, Paco playing his game. Kicks, quick maneuvers, using his body as an advantage as he tries to G up and get the crowd behind him.
Took the third drop kick.
Something still not off his feet, though. Still not off his feet, though. Paco has to stay with this. He's
going to go for
bad.
number 4. Something reverses it. Kick to the back of the head. Paco's going top rope.
That's how you got to do it. Knock him off his feet. Show him you want it. There you go.
Oh, top rope drop kick by Paco.
There you go, Paco. And you got to capitalize now. It takes just as much out of Paco as it does him.
Big knee to the face.
This match is getting intense here. We do want to remind you, coming up at intermission is going to be a little bit of taste of Freelance Wrestling. Their next live stream is coming this Friday as they present Hired Gun at 9 p.m. Central Time. Freelance Wrestling, one of my favorite folks to enjoy. I have those guys in for my promotion all the time. Great work up there. Unique promotion. Everybody should check them out this Friday night, Hired Gun.
Paco goes over the top rope. Oh, something catches him. What's he going to do with him? Just, oh!
Have a seat, kid.
Right back onto the apron. Crowd's starting to turn. The crowd is starting to turn on something. Oh. Full body into Paco.
Use your body as a weapon.
Pulls him back into the ring. That should do it, too. No. Paco might not know where he is, but he knew to kick out at 2.
I've seen Paco get out of the dirtiest of situations. Oh, my.
2.
He didn't quite have that other leg, and that was his downfall. He was trying to catch him by surprise there. Yeah, that was the first time during this match that you saw something call out that battle cry of his. You know, maybe that's a little bit of a confidence thing. He's not yelling out his name.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, God. That's over. 1, 2, 3. No, Paco kicks out at 2. Where is he finding this?
Jake Something has every right to be angry there. Our referee there, the beloved CeeLo, I think he wasn't down there quick enough. He was busy bouncing around after that power bomb, and it was so surprised by it, he almost didn't get down there. Something's letting it rattle him. He's got to stay on him here. As much as I may not like it, he's got Paco right in his crosshairs here.
The more the crowd gets behind Paco, the more and more fierce you see Jake Something's eyes get.
What did you think was going to happen, huh?
He's taking some pride in, this wouldn't be the first time you see somebody have a little bit of a change of heart when they drop a title. There's just something happens to you when you take that first loss. It's a mark of a character. You either dust yourself off and you continue on and you battle back, or you'll do anything to get there.
No!
Oh, man, he almost had that big surprise victory.
It's twice now Paco looks to pull one out of his back pocket and get the victory over Something, similar to what he did against Eddie Kingston a month ago.
You just can never take your eye off the ball with Paco. He's just one move away. He's lightning quick. He never gives up, and he can snatch victory from the jaws of defeat at any moment.
Paco taking his time to get to that top rope. Something to his feet.
Trying to fend him off, but those blows from Something. He gets to do a strike fest with him, and it's not going to turn out well. Look at him snake away. There you go. The brains of Paco playing his game, going up top. Here you go, bud. This is your moment. Take it.
Paco up on top. He's calling for it. Frog splash!
That's it, baby. That's it.
1, 2.
Oh, so close. Paco disgusted with himself for not getting that 3 count, but he is throwing everything at Something that he possibly can. Both men are giving it their all now. They both try and battle back to their feet.
Both men slowly back up.
Paco trying to prove he can blast with him, and it doesn't work out well.
Trading forearms, Something just using that size advantage, that power advantage on Paco to knock him off his feet.
Paco does have a little bit of that little man complex. He's going to be the guy that goes up to the biggest dude in the bar and tries to knock him out.
Big knee! Can he finish it off?
Oh, huge lariat knocks him back down to size. And Something maybe looking for a big power move to finish this thing off.
Well, Paco rolled
got
up!
Another one!
Paco got the win! Paco got the win!
Paco gets that 3, another slippery victory from Paco as he pulls another surprise victory out, and Jake Something realizes the gravity of this moment as it all sets in right now.
Something goes for the pile driver. Paco quickly reverses it into the pin. Smart enough to get away from the ropes to have it count 1, 2, 3. I don't know if Paco realizes that he's won the match yet.
I'll tell you somebody that certainly does is Jake Something. He's not happy.
Say that. Jake Something is not happy. The last time we saw Jake Something in a Glory Pro ring, he lost the Crown of Glory, and now he's upset by his smaller friend, Paco. Oh. Something shakes his hand. Good show of sportsmanship there by Jake Something. No! Well, no! Don't do it! insane.
I wish I could say I was shocked, Joe. I wish I could say I was shocked, but there's so many times that you see this. A guy can't handle losing that championship, and he'll do anything that it takes to get back to the top, and he's not going to let a surprise victory against a guy like Paco.
He shook his hand. He held it. He raised his hand in victory. Why?
No hard feelings, man. Money talks, you know. I'm a man that needs to make money.
You sold out.
With that being said, Eddie Kingston sends his regards.
No. He's had enough. He's had enough. Hey, wait. Here comes A.J. Gray. A.J. Gray makes the save for Paco. And Jake Something, he runs for the hills.
You don't have to like it, but Jake Something wasn't going to leave here tonight without making a statement. And if that statement wasn't a victory, he was going to make it another way. What's his name? Jake Something.
Thank goodness for A.J. Gray coming and making the save for Paco. We wondered if Paco had any friends in the back, and it looks like he has at least one in A.J. Gray. Reminder, we got our intermission coming up in just a bit. Freelance Wrestling in Chicago. Powerbomb.tv's next live stream coming to you this Friday. Freelance Wrestling presents Hired Gun. Again, that's Friday at 9 p.m. Central, only on Powerbomb.tv.
Sounds like Jake Something was a little bit of a hired gun tonight.